Keep going, Jay!
Let's go!
He's struggling.
So I'm heading over now to the elite athlete registration. I managed to just squeeze a place in the elite field. Luckily, I get counted as a Japanese athlete because I'm registered with Japan Athletics. I think if I was treated as a foreigner, I'd have absolutely no chance. Like, it's just top level Kenyans, like 204 guys. But then even the Japanese field, I only just made it in. So I think they let in maybe 100 or so elite runners. And the cutoff this year was like 2:17:30. My PB is 2:17:20 something. So it's all good, we made it in. That means I'll get the drink bottles, but I won't have to rely on the little paper cups or whatever. And I can have, I think it's every 5K, those drink bottles. I'll talk about later a bit more about my hydration fueling plan, because I'm gonna go big on the carbs during the race, especially because it's gonna be hot. So yeah, the weather forecast gone a bit mental recently. It was last week at Osaka Marathon, snowing like 0 degrees. And then just out of nowhere, it's looking like it's gonna get up to about 20 tomorrow. I've said in a few videos how useless I am in the heat. And obviously I've been training in like 0, maybe 5 degrees max. So anything above like 15 is gonna hit me like an absolute truck. So this is where the start's gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be absolutely packed. It's about 400 meters from my house, which is ideal. And then we'll cruise along there, turn around the corner. The fans go absolutely wild. All right, it's a big morning, maybe even bigger than marathon day. I've got the very first Ran to Japan shakeout run. We'll see how many people turn up. Hopefully it's not just me. I've had loads of messages about it, so hopefully we get a decent turnout, can have a good chat to you guys. And maybe there can be more of these in the future. But yeah, if you wanna know about stuff like this, then just follow me on Instagram. You can keep up to date with the latest news. Let's head on over now, get a little jog in. Still, it feels very strange. I'm not used to celebrity treatment at all. So, you know, I appreciate everyone coming out and like watching the videos and stuff. It's insane how the channel has been sort of growing. I definitely didn't expect that. So, yeah, legendary everyone watching. And good luck anyone running Sunday. Let's go get it. Race hard and not smart. Ran to Japan squad. Let's go. Thanks, man. How are you? I can't believe how many people showed up. I was worried I might be one of the only ones, but crazy squad out here. Completely overtaken Yogi Park. Yeah, let's go the boys. Got some of the gingers as well. Ginger boys. Represent. Oh, that was legendary. Big up everyone that came out. Yeah, thanks for watching the videos. Couldn't believe how many people showed up. Let me know if I should do another shakeout at some point. Another Ran to Japan group run. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm running pretty low on energy. I've really got to get those carbs in soon, so it's gonna head back, and then that's the main mission for the day. So just picked up my beer, but I didn't realize they'd have the name on it. That's pretty legendary. And now I'm gonna talk through my fueling strategy. So I'm a bit of a machine at getting the calories down, and in a race, that's no different. So I realized in my very first marathon, I'd way underdone the fueling. I hit an absolute wall at 30K. I think though in the last one, Fukuoka, the fueling was on lockdown, and the guidelines to hit 90 grams of carbs an hour, I actually pushed it up to about 110, and my stomach managed to keep it down. So I think we're gonna go for something similar this time. So when it comes to racing, I'm a Morton man. I found it sits well in the stomach, easy to digest. So we've got one at the start, and then basically one every 7K. So you go 5 during it. And then we've also got drinks as well. So those special drinks, one's caffeine, one's normal. I'm gonna drip feed the caffeine, and this will be spread across like 3 bottles. The idea is you keep those caffeine levels up the whole time, and you just ride that buzz all the way to the finish. So I'm waiting for the elite technical meeting to start. I think it's basically just going through the different pace groups. I don't think there's gonna be one for me. I think it's only the top big dogs, like 205 kind of runners. Now it's quite funny looking at these Zoom names. So we go through, yeah, whole load of Japanese guys, and then, oh, who's this guy? What's he doing there? Looks like I've gate crashed the meeting. Definitely shouldn't be there. So while the meeting's going on there, I've got more important issues. The rice cakes are being whipped up. This is my specialty, dango. Bit of honey in there, and then we get some mango on the go as well. Got to get those carbs in. I'm not feeling anywhere near full enough yet. I've got to up my game. This is huge, huge, huge news. They were going through all the boring stuff. I was like, yeah, next, explaining the details. Bang, we've got to pacing. Can't believe it. There's a female pacer going 3:08 per K. That's a 2:12 marathon. Perfect. Until 30K. Unreal. So I guess that's got to be the plan. Go with them till 30K. Then if I feel good, pick up off that pace, cut it down, 2:11, 2:10, see what happens. Oh, I'm so buzzing with that because I thought I might have to be solo for the whole race. I hope there's a solid group with that pacemaker because that is an aggressive pace. I can't imagine there's many women going with that. So now that's done, let's have a little fit check. What am I going to be wearing tomorrow?
tomorrow. Oh yes, the athlete, Jake Barraclough, RAF Japan, represent with Seisky kit. Big up Seisky for sponsoring this Tokyo Marathon build. We're going for the vest and shorts combo. I've had so many people asking, where do I get this vest? Because it is so fresh. And you can head to their website if you want to get it as well. But with the shorts, these are quality for the gels. So I'm going to go 4 gels in my pockets. I've strapped a couple to my bottles as well. So I can go 1 in there, 1 in that pocket. We're gonna whack 2 in there, 1 being a caffeine one. That's like a backup if I'm really hitting the wall. But these Seisky shorts are next level. Very breathable as well, this fabric. So I was thinking these ones would be perfect for the warm weather. And then of course I'm looking fresh there. Barraclough, let's get it. And there we go, race morning. All the hard work's done. Got a good night's sleep. Got my food in the morning. Not much more to say. Just got to get out there and get it done. All right, we're in the warm-up area now. There's big dogs everywhere. All the top Kenyans, Japanese guys. Got like 202 marathoners, 203. I think the top guys are targeting around 201. So they're gonna be moving. They're gonna be long gone, but yeah, it's pretty cool mixing it around here. Right, this will probably be the last bit of filming before the start line. Oh, I can't wait to get going. Feeling good. It's race harder, not smarter. And just like that, it's game time. We're hitting the start line, ready to go. They brought us out just before, so the elite wave had this separate little entrance bit, and then we funneled out right onto the start line. As soon as we got there though, I was just looking out for my pacemaker. That's my guy. I was seeing where's the top females, and they were on the other side. But I knew as soon as the gun went, I was just keeping one eye out. I'm just looking right and basically tracking the top pacemaker and female. And very quickly, we formed a little pack. So there was obviously a ton of Japanese guys going absolutely ham on that first K. In typical style, you'd expect nothing less. And as well with it being downhill, it's even more dangerous. So I was probably back in, I don't know, 100th, 150th. And then we kind of formed this group, and it was unreal. So it's actually a good group of Japanese guys as well. Quite a few runners that I knew who I've either raced before, trained with. So I knew that, yeah, they were around a similar level to me and aiming for a similar target. So it was perfect. And I knew because we had this pacemaker, so the Ethiopian male who was pacing Kidebe, who was the top female runner, she's also from Ethiopia. And they were just aiming to run even splits. Whereas in a Japanese group, you know it's going to be all over the place. So having that pacemaker just to keep it controlled, keep it calm was ideal.
We've got our signs made and we are 2 kilometers into the course, so hopefully he'll be coming past here in what, 6 minutes. So we're very excited, we're very nervous. Show your sign up.
I just dropped the camera, but I think it's okay.
So we arrived in Japan yesterday and I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm forbidden to go anywhere near Jake. So yesterday we had a meal with him. He was carbo loading, lots of rice, lots of spaghetti, and I was forced to wear a mask for the entire meal and sit outside his house.
Go Jakey! Go Jake! And we cruised through 5K in 15:32. So a tiny bit ahead of pace, but because it's downhill, that first 5K is always gonna be quicker. So to hit a 2:12 marathon, you need to average 15:40 pretty much, which is 3:08 per K for those 5K splits. And we kept rolling through pretty nicely. So it was a nice big group, and I was pretty much trying to do as little work as possible, basically switch off completely, because it uses up so much more energy when you're solo. Like I've done so many of these races in Japan where I'm running solo, you're having to constantly like think to lock into pace, concentrate. Now the atmosphere out there was absolutely ridiculous. Like even though I was kind of in the zone focused, still I just kept hearing the "Let's go Jake, go on, run to Japan." There was so much support out there, it was crazy. And just the amount of videos I've been sent, so I can basically put this video together thanks to you guys who were out on the streets and just sending me all the footage after. And the atmosphere was quality, just running in that nice big Japanese group, like everyone was gassing us up. And obviously having the top female as well. So we also had that TV car. I think people from all over the world were watching, and yeah, on different channels and stuff. And apparently I kept popping up because I was positioned very nicely just behind Kidebe. So obviously you've got to get my TV time, a little bit of extra promotion.
You can see running right next to her is Jake Barraclough, kind of an interesting British YouTuber based in Tokyo.
And the first half of the race was pretty much no drama. And the first sort of 45 minutes, maybe an hour, it felt nice and cool. So there was this cloud cover. It didn't feel too bad. But then around the sort of halfway point, so we split a 106.17, so tiny bit slower than I'd wanted, but not bad. The only thing at that point though, the sun has started coming out and it's not like it's crazy hot, but I think because I've been training in sort of 0 to maybe 5 degrees, it just felt pretty rough. I started feeling like I was really sweating. At all the drinks breaks, I was trying to chuck drinks over myself and the fueling would be going well. So I've been taking these gels every kind of 7K as well as my special drinks every kind of 5K. So I was absolutely hammering the carbs. I was definitely starting to heat up a fair bit and I was still staying in the group, but we'd started to slow slightly. So through sort of 25 and then 30K, I realized the pace was dropping a bit. It seemed like we were trending more towards like 2:13 and I felt reasonably comfy, like I could keep cruising at that pace. I felt like that was all right, but it looked like the group was slowing. And actually Kadebe, so the top female, she ended up running a 2:16.31, which is still outrageously quick, but she definitely did slow a lot in that kind of last 10K, which I think a lot of people did. Like once the sun came out, I just found it was draining and I decided, I made this move at 30K. So that was kind of the plan all along, get to 30K with the group on for sort of 2:12 and then pick up and try and see how much pace I can cut down, how much time I can make up to try and get as close to that kind of 2:10 as possible. So I started picking up to maybe 3:05, 3:06. So it was only a few seconds a K quicker, but it was feeling hard. Like just that tiny difference in pace just suddenly felt like my legs were getting really heavy. It felt like I was forcing it. But at that point, I'd made the move, I'd committed, and I realized if I was going to break 2:12, I had to go solo. If I'd stuck in the group, we were just getting slower and slower. So there was no way that was going to happen. So I was going to roll the dice, do it alone.
Tell him, Mum.
Yeah, no one's as good as Jake. Yay, Jakey!
Oh my God, if you put that in the video, your mum's going to be ridiculed online forever.
Mum becomes a global meme.
Looks on track for about 2:12.30 at the moment, but he thinks he's going to pick up maybe in the last bit of it.
If you've got this far in the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Rant to Japan.
Come on,
Let's go, Jakey! Come on! Locked in! Come on, Jakey!
So around 32K, so with 10K to go, I was realizing, yeah, I might be in a bit of trouble. It was mad just how quickly it changed. Things deteriorated out of nowhere. My quads started burning. I was just feeling like my heart rate was getting really high. Actually, looking back over it, almost the entire race, I was over 180 BPM. And that would just be, I guess, because of the heat. Like when I'm running that pace in training in like 0 degrees, it's probably 10 beats a minute slower. So you're almost in a completely different zone, like tempo as opposed to threshold. And this started getting so tough. I was on my own, I was trying to bridge the gap, reeling some guys ahead, but there was just no ground being made up whatsoever. It just turned into an absolute war zone. Like everyone out there was struggling and it got messy. From the turnaround point at 37K, this is with 5K left, I basically start losing all functioning in my body completely. Not an unknown feeling, as that's pretty much what happened in Fukuoka, my last marathon too. But everything starts just going blurry, I start losing vision. Before that, I'm aware of all the people shouting like, Jake, let's go. By this point, it's just completely gone. I'm like tunnel vision. All I'm thinking is get to the finish, get to the finish. Everything's basically shutting down. My body's trying to save itself, but I'm just trying to power through. My mind's saying, no, we've got to keep going. I was in so much pain. I can't describe, like my whole body just in agony. By about 2K to go, I can't really remember at all. It's basically just little snapshots, but I guess I had enough willpower to just keep forcing my body on.
Come on, Jake! Come on, Jake! Keep going! Keep going, Jake! He's struggling.
So I was absolutely crawling in that last kind of K. It just seemed to go on forever. That's all I can remember. It was just this endless long straight coming through Ginza. Like the crowd was huge. I've got so many videos people have sent me from there, but I don't remember any of it at all really. And then when we finally rounded the corner, I realized I could just break 50 minutes, I think. So I tried to absolutely kick, just give it everything in that home straight. And then I think I just collapsed on the floor. I remember kind of stumbling around a little bit, like sort of making my way through, people sort of helping me. It's very blurry, and eventually got pulled over, I think, to the medical tent where I started to regain sort of consciousness maybe an hour or so, hour and a half after the race. So you might remember one of my teammates from an old video, Tsujikawa, an absolute legend. I've got to give him a shout out. So after the race, he actually found me, I think, or saw me maybe going to medical tent, and he was waiting with me for about an hour, like kind of checking I was all right. But maybe 2 hours later, I was finally able to leave the medical tent. Still a bit of a mess, as you can tell by this footage. And I gave a little bit of a blurry post-race debrief. Yeah, I'm slowly getting some energy back, but from about that, like the last 5K, I just could not see at all. I don't think it was an energy thing, because I took loads of gels. So I don't know if it was a heat thing. Like I felt really hot, but then after the race, I suddenly just got freezing. It's a bit blurry that like what happened after the finish.
It's fun to watch back and edit.
So the post-marathon footage is always a little bit of a mess, and this time even more than normal. What's annoying is that there's obviously no clips from that hour and a half after the race to help kind of piece it all together, because it's all very blurry for me, but I think it's basically just heat exhaustion. Like I was feeling crazy hot during the race, and then after in this medical tent, I ended up being wrapped in tons of blankets. I was just like shivering away, just freezing. My whole body went white, and I think it's a classic symptom. Like after you've basically overheated, then your body goes the other way trying to cool itself down. So what's strange about this race was, yeah, it's a massive PB, but I think it was one of my worst performances in ages, and that's what I'll get into in the next video. So this is almost part one, and then I'll give a proper detailed post-race debrief in the next one. So if you've got any questions, then leave them in the comments and I'll be answering all of those in the next video. But I'm currently on a family holiday, so we're traveling around Japan for the 2 weeks after. So trying to edit this video wasn't the easiest. This one was a bit more of a rushed effort. Still, I tried to get something out, so hope you guys enjoyed it. And thanks again for all the support during and after the marathon. It was crazy. The Run to Japan army goes strong. But this has been Jake. I'll catch you in the next one. Remember, train harder, not smarter.